Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry about yesterday. We were up to our eyebrows in mischievous preteens, and they had to be watched every step of the way. And then when they left, my brain was just, they were supposed to leave in the morning. They did not leave until about 5 yesterday, and my brain was not able to process art at that current moment at all. So we got a few jelly plates done, and I was able to gather my thoughts to make a Vietnam project tote bin, whatever. All of my jelly plates are in here. What little ephemera I have is in here. There's some stamps in here that I want to focus with. I got these out just because there's some travel or postage things in here. I got these out because they make great, background whatevers. These make great background whatevers. Did I even show these properly? These are Tim Holtz and Dina Wakley, which I have Dina Wakley stuff coming. I have my ephemera separated. I have some stamps that are letters. I have some stickers that are letters. I have my book in case I need to reference something without using Wikipedia. And my children's books that I got, my little newspaper, and some of the stuff that I've already printed. Here are my discs, all in here. This little thing does not really fit. I wonder. I'm afraid I'm gonna break this. This is a cheap Walmart acrylic bin, and it's much thinner acrylic. But if we do this, hold on, I think I have too much stuff. Go figure. That's a little bit less strenuous on the product. And I can get more stuff up in here. Okay. So this is to the left of me and ready to go. This is a pile of pictures I have printed on real photo paper, but they're not all the way dry. This is not a great printer. This is my husband's work printer. Much better than the printer I had, but it's still not Ali Edwards' $700 printer. It's a $250 printer. Anyhow, these are going to be my page day separators, whatever. One of my pictures, and then in red, the day. Kind of like this. I have printed, this is too tall, specifically some page fillers when I have things that need to be put on the back of something. This I did on Procreate. That's probably one of my best things ever. Then I have a starting of printers, pictures for stuff. But all of this still needs to dry a little bit more, I think. Here is, this possibly might be my cover somehow. And this got put on Instagram. It was not supposed to be on Instagram, but I don't know how to take things off of Instagram. This could be a page filler. These are antique maps of Hanoi. Pictures. That'll get me going. This was too wide, but here's some more pictures. So, how am I going to do this disc bound? I think for the time being, all my pages will be loose. It's too early to assemble them, but when I do, I'm thinking, because I have these that I got at Michael's one time on the way to the beach. And these are almost 4x8. They're a little bit taller than 4x8. Huh. I might cut them down because I want them to be 4 by 8. Once, my brain. I'm telling you, this is making me so nervous. This is not the right size. We're not using these. But never fear, I have cardstock here. And I'm a poet, and I don't even know it. But my feet show it. Because they're Longfellows. Sorry, got a little carried away there. All right, so now I need to find a ooh. Okay, here's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, I think. But I just found this, although it's not quite tall enough. Where's my ruler? It's supposed to be in this. Well, here's one. It's not the right one, but it'll work. All right, so that's 4-ish, and that's 8-ish, which is good enough. I think I'll use this size. I just found this that I got off of Amazon, but it's not quite big enough. Although I could use it, I guess, with a border. Okay, that might go in the project bin. All right, so now I need to cut my paper. And when I do my discs, I'm going to try to start off with like 3 in the center. We'll see if that works. And I'm going to go to 4. When I do it, oh, this is what I was looking for. Yeah. I am going to take acetate, which I have a lot that I ordered the wrong kind that you can't print on. So I have acetate. And even if it takes 2 pieces, I'm going to, Ali Edwards has like extenders so that you can put things in binders. Just little tabs that have like reinforced holes. That's how I'm going to attach everything because I'm going to all this extra trouble. I could just use a traveler's notebook. I'm 98% sure I'm not going to, but I want the entire 4 inches instead of having, you know, 1/2 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch or 3/4 or 2. Anyhow, to go into the holes. So my thought process is I will take and make a bunch of these. Let me see. Yeah, see, these are already too skinny. Although, with these aren't even 4, are they? They're 1/8 of an inch too short. Will that matter? I'll use them for something else. These are 1/2 an inch. No. 1/2 an inch too tall. So theoretically, I'm going to cut off a little bit. Theoretically. I may not yet. I don't know. Because all of my pictures are printed. Most of them will be this size because I can get 16 printed on a page. And to make them any bigger, unless they're a statement piece, I don't know. Because see, there's enough of a border there. I think I'm just going to cut down a bunch of paper. So I'm going to do the entire journal loose. And then at the end, put it together. And that's where my filler pieces will come in when I have, you know, I flip over and there's 2 backs of something. And I could put them together, or I could put 2 filler pieces in, such as this. This is a filler piece, what I consider a filler piece for this project. Now, I don't have a cover yet, although, so this would be a filler piece, which don't need to trim at all. Woohoo! Although I think it's too tall. Anyhow, okay, I'm getting sidetracked. This could be fine because it's going to be a cover, so it'll be a little bit bigger. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to cut off this part. Hopefully that's more than 8 inches. And I will double-sided tape this to something sturdy, such as a cereal box or whatever. Amazon packaging of some kind. This is going to be my cover. I love her. I got this off a tour book, A Pocket Guide to Vietnam, and she's going to be my cover. She might still be a little too tall, even to be oversized. So that's going to be the size of my book, the cover area, which is 9 by almost 4 and a third. 4 1/3 by 9. And 1/8. 4 1/3 by 9 and 1/8. Nine and 1/8. That's a lot of math. Ooh. Okay. But we're not going to worry about that. So here's my cover. Yay, I'm done. No. There's been I thought about this a lot yesterday when I was trying to get my brain back in gear. So this will be, all of my inside pages will be this size. So I think I want to cut this down a little bit, because I know this will be too big for a filler. Then I will have a tab attached to this, or in the middle of this and another page. Oh, shoot. So, and this was just off of Google Images, these antique Vietnamese maps. And they're not, like 1800s. They're probably like maybe pre-Vietnam. I don't know. Vietnam War. So I think I want to do the first page, which is about flight. No? Okay, I want a reason why. So I need to set up everything. I do love doing a reason why. Where are those little... Here we go. Okay. So this will be a title page in addition to the cover. This can be the reason why on the back of this. Oh shoot, I'm supposed to put them on here. Okay. This could be a filler. This could be my first page, a double spread right here. Can you see that? Sorry. Like that. So this would be flight times 2. Now, it may have tip ends, blah, 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 blah. I don't know yet. So then, and I'm not going to organize the whole thing. My mind is not wired like that. Whoops, that one. I can't do that. I've tried. So then I will have Hanoi. If I can spell it right. It's supposed to be on here. Theoretically, this will all get covered up. And then I will have the Museum of Literacy, which was absolutely beautiful. ×2. So far, I'm not using any filler pages. Then I might talk a little bit about food, because it was so important to me. Because I do like food a lot. And I like most nationalities. It turns out Vietnamese food is one of the nationalities I probably don't like. Which I was so bummed. And I think I've already said this a couple times. So bummed about. Okay. So, I am talking through my planning with you. Even though I've been home for a week and could have already done this part. I am who I am. And I have been very nervous to do this. It's paper. Cardstock's readily available. Do I want to buy more? No. I really did some more self-thinking on myself. How do you call that? Introspectives on myself. Being over there, really felt guilty about how much I have and how much they don't have as a whole country. As a whole. That's why we never saw, stationery stores or sticker stores or washi tape stores. Because this is a developing country. When they say that it's developing, it really is developing. I think I want to put a filler page here. And it's, half communist and half the governing body is communist. The economy is capitalist. So it's a different outlook on life. Okay. I was like, oh, geez. I come home and I don't know which washi tape to use, and they don't even know what washi tape is. All right, so let's see. The first impressions of Vietnam. We came from the airport. The airport had some beautiful art on the side of the buildings, big buildings. And somewhere I took a picture of it. We noticed haze. They called it haze and clouds. We call it smog. Right away. Right away. And even one of the people in our group, I think, was... I can't say. I won't speak for her, but... I think it bothered some people's breathing. We did see this was Ho Chi Minh. I think it's a government building, but it was a shrine for Ho Chi Minh also. And you can go in there. We just didn't do it. And don't forget, this was a craft tour. And we did a lot more crafts than I thought we would. This is all the Museum of Literature / Confucius Museum. I was confused about the Confucius Museum. This was all later. Where is... Oh, here's the airport. You're not going to be able to see it very well. Oh, I also need to... The first night we did the water puppets. All right. And that was our hotel. Oh, this was our guide. The draw. The talent that drew us to this tour. Which I've been following her blog for years and years and years, ever since she lived in South Carolina, which was Bonnie Hunter, who's a quilter. And she has affiliated with herself with craft tours over the last few years before COVID. And then COVID put a kibosh on all that. And they're trying to catch all of her already paid tours up, like in a couple weeks. Like a week and a half, 10 days maybe. She leaves for Egypt. with a very bad knee because she messed up her knee on this trip. Water buffalo to blame. She's trying to take a picture of a water buffalo and fell in a rice paddy, as one does in Vietnam. Okay, this was a very poor picture of the screen flight tracker thing on the airplane. Oh, I'm afraid to do all this. That lady that I talked about the other day, her name is Nadia, Nadiah Kimie, Kimie, I think. Her aesthetic is much clusters, stamping, pictures, ephemera, but in a very organized manner, not like mine. And there's no mixed media. I just thought about that. That's what's missing. So it's not wrong by any means. And I really like her aesthetic. And I figured out she lives in Malaysia because she has the flag on her Instagram. But I really like her aesthetic. Okay. All of these can go. Banyan trees. I had no idea those grew in Vietnam. Literature Museum. The Ethnology Museum, lacquer, literature, I think. Yeah, anything precast on Bonnie was before Sapa. Water puppets. That was fascinating to learn about that. Okay, so now we have, there needs to be something in here. I don't know, a filler or color. I did make 2 more jelly plates just to make sure I had enough red. So I just took my little ones and made these. So something like that can go in here, and I can put like a Confucius quote or something like that. I would be fine with that on the inside of this. So title page, reason why, filler, flight. Okay. So we found her at the airport in New York after we had been sitting next to her for half an hour. Like, oh, because she heard us talking to somebody, of course. I'm a talker, and my lady friend is a talker for sure. And no worse than I am. And that's Hulan Bay. And she heard us say to somebody, because they said, where are you going? We said, oh, Vietnam. And she goes, Vietnam? She goes, you wouldn't be on my tour, would you? I'm like, yes, we are. She goes, I've been sitting here for a half an hour. I'm like, sorry. Okay, so now, this was one of the buildings on the outside of the airport. Like, when you picked up your taxi or whatever, it was beautiful, like, lotus pattern painted on this building. And NIA. I don't know what that stands for. If that's, like, an abbreviation for the airport, or if it's call sign letters, whatever you call that on. Okay, here I am. Now what do I do? Now what do I do? Is this where I put in? Okay, I have airplane stuff. Hold on. My mind is starting to churn. Watch out, people. I do have a lot of airplane stuff. I said that's the most ephemera came from the airplane, just because I don't have it. Okay, that's Taipei to JFK. That's the wrong direction. Here's Vietnam Delights. But that Nadia Kimie uses like that. So it's there, but it's not in your face. Hanoi to Taipei. No, that's the wrong direction. Delta. This was Atlanta to Columbia. JFK. I could put that in here too. Here's EVA Airlines packaging. Not EVA. We kept calling it EVA. It's EVA. Oh, here's Walk and Roll, which is what we ate in JFK at 2 o'clock in the morning. But that was pretty much the only thing open. Okay, here's JFK to Taipei. I want that in here. Okay. So, I could do this. And do this. And maybe This does have a sloth that came from the back of my phone. It finally bit the dust, but it needs to, I wanted to preserve it. I knew it would come off of that thing. All right, so I might have this here, like that. And here's another, maybe this. This was our earbuds, because they all had different outlet things. I don't know what that is. This could be, the baggage claim thing can go on here somewhere. And a lot of this is just mumbo jumbo that I printed. That, oh, here's my visa. Which they only checked going in, and we never needed it again. But I think they ran it with our, what do you call it? Passports. Oh, I told you my passport was not signed until I got to JFK coming home. I didn't even really think about it, stupidly. But the lady in JFK was so great because we were exhausted. And I was grumpy, go figure, because I couldn't find what I wanted at JFK. And JFK, you have like 6 different people telling you 6 different things. How do you get to here? And then you got to walk a child for pickpocketers and, I mean, everything. And my friend does not think pickpocketers exist. And yes, she goes, oh my, for heaven's sakes, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Anyhow, but so I was a little grumpy, and she could tell I was grumpy, and I was not going to get the best of her. So she says, all right, Missy. I said, I'm sorry, I'm grumpy. It's, 12 hour, 14 hours with no sleep, 15 hours, 16 hours, whatever. We both had upset stomachs at that point. And she goes, first of all, which one of you is Elizabeth? Me? She goes, your passport is not signed. I'm like, what? So then I kind of calmed down. She was aware that I was grateful for her. She goes, you sign it right now with me. I'm like, yes, ma'am. So I think I might put my visa in here like that. And where's this can go in here, and I possibly might put another picture here or write something here. Actually, I think I'm going to. The problem is I want mine to look like James Burke. And no matter how hard I try, they're not going to work that way. Okay, I might put a picture here, and I'm going to glue this down. Look at me, gluing something down. Woohoo! Where's my glue? Yeah. First page. Check. Now this is a very low profile pocket, but I think it'll be okay. And now I'm going to put this with washi tape, actually. Yeah, it needs to go on top. I might just, let's use this. Since we were international. This was a nice airline to be introduced to Asia with, but I think it's more like our Southwest, which is fine to fly, but it doesn't have a lot of frills. Although their no frills is like our first class at Delta. The food was good. The fair, cute little plastic Barbie doll furniture, not furniture, what do you call it? Dinnerware. It's really cute. But the stewardesses, oh my gosh, they were gorgeous. They were polite. They were efficient. They were hard workers. Nothing like we get here. In fact, as soon as we got here, we got the attitude. And are you bothering me while I'm lounging at my job? Please don't do that. Attitude as soon as we got back to the United States. I'm like, apparently we're not in a hardworking country anymore. or people that care about their jobs. Okay. Now this will have something like that on it. Yeah, I'm good with that. Still, I'm still talking about it. It was a trip of a lifetime. I'm not opposed to doing Asia again, but it's like, not that I have ever given birth, but I imagine you forget the pain and you want to have another baby. I'm pretty much like, holy mackerel, that flight. I can't take like Ambien or anything like that. I have too much of a reaction. I would probably try to hijack the plane on Ambien. Who knows? Plus, I haven't taken it so long, I probably would sleep the whole way, and that would not be good for my foot at all. Okay, how is this going? Oh, yeah, like this. Okay. Let's put this here. The only thing is, I thought I printed this on sticker paper. Yes, my photo paper is photo/sticker. Look at me. Okay. But I think to get the sticker paper, you degrade the quality a little bit. Okay, so now that's the first page, which this will be like, oh gosh. This goes like that. Okay. So my extenders will be here. I'm going to see if I can get away with like 3 holes right here of like the Happy Planner type holes. And I think I have a Happy Planner hole puncher somewhere in the depths of all this junk. I can't swear to it though. Okay, so now that's one side. And I think I'm going to do that. And I will have room for, I can't decide if I want to write it or if I want to, oh, you know what, I'm going to cut this apart. Type it out on like vellum maybe. I don't know. Don't listen to the husband talking to the dog. Okay, or blowing his nose. Thanks for that. Okay, see, I could do this. Which I kind of like that decoration. And I may need to be careful what I put in the center here. Probably not. Probably not. It would be all right. Okay. First page done. I have committed to the design. For right or wrong. This has been so hard to commit. And I do have other little journals. Those little tiny journals that I got. I'm going to possibly do one that's just about crafts. Maybe not necessarily on camera. I might do a flip through. I don't think they're in my... Oh, you know, I still have some of this red paper. I got Bella some little trinket dishes at the ceramic place that we went to. That she can keep her earrings in by like the side of her bed. And I got her 2, one for the beach and one for here / her house. Which she's moving this summer, so everything's still here. Yes, she's moving again. Huh. Hold on. Punches. Punches. know I moved them. Where did I move them to? Ugh, this is so frustrating. I don't know where stuff is yet. Ooh, look what I just found. Squirrel. My little tiny traveler's notebook. It has little tiny pieces of ephemera. Junk mail. Not really junk, just pieces of paper. Ugh. Okay, sorry. Where is my hole punch? I know I have them someplace. Right here. If only I knew where my stuff was. Oh. It is in the drawer marked glue. FYI, people. This is what happens when you move your room around right before you leave. Okay. This was a little, what kind of box was this? It's a little trinket box that Craft Tours got for us from one of the artisans. And I gave mine to Bella. Soapstone, I think it was. Okay. Now, this is the airport. And Bonnie. Okay. So now, I think I'm going to have to write something and glue it on here. And this can go here. And the first page of my Vietnam travel journal is done. And so is the setup. And I'm glad I bit the bullet and paid a little bit of extra money for photo sticker paper. If only we had a little bit better printer. But it'll be okay. It'll work while I'm in the nursing home going through my books. I'm going to have to get 2 bedrooms in the nursing home because one of them is going to have to be for all 100 and something journals that I have here. Note to self, there's 3 layers here. The photo paper is 2 layers. There we go. Okay. Now I think because I want to have the Eva Airlines show. And I just glued over it. Okay. So, when you open my book, have something here, a title page, a reason why, a filler page, and flight with journaling, flight with accoutrement and journaling, and then the next will be first impressions of Hanoi. And I'm wondering, that's another thing that lady, Nadia, she uses the background paper. She does not cover it up all the way. which I guess is where my mixed media love comes in, because I do like putting stuff down. What's my husband doing? Making noise out there. So I think I will do something like that, except that it really doesn't match the smoggy blue. And maybe we do this. Have like part of it here and part of it here. Yes, kind of unites them. Now, this might be where I come in with a postcard. But I'm going to cut off this in my heart. On the back of all these postcards, they all came in sleeves, but it says, Remember Vietnam, established 1990. For a couple, several, many thousands of year old documented evidence of people living there. It's only 23, 33 years old. For the current regime. Interesting. Now, the only other thing, too, about having the theoretically three or four maybe, Happy Planner things here, I have to put my tip-ins on this side, which is fine. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, so for today, we're started. We're partway there. I'm going to put this around this because it might get damaged by the binder clip. And away we go. Maybe off camera I'll figure out the discs so that I don't screw them up in front of you. And if you do not feel the pressure, that's the thing, pressure. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow in Vietnam.